Cap is my nigga. The man is always solid in any game, and he not Optimus Prime, but he be giving speeches that have you ready to go fight Vegeta with your hands tied and blindfolded. But I won't lie, even though I love these movies, my man had 0 hands. I mean, look at this long ass wind up. This nigga look like 2 drunk uncles that be fighting at the cookout. My man was a joke. Niggas was saying Hawkeye had cooler moments than him. Hawkeye! So these 2 brothers, and yes brothers, they invited to the cookout for Infinity War alone. They came through and said, hey, this man kinda whack, but he got potential. Let us hop on sticks. Now look at the drip. They said the original is okay, but what in the party city is this? Got my boy fighting in New York with this on? No one is gonna wanna rob this nigga. Throw that fit in the trash. We got one that's about to become legendary. And we'll get to that because I just want to cover the disrespect Cap was on in this movie. He saw all the years of Usain Bolt and Kenyans winning the Olympics and took out all his frustrations on this nigga. Then had the nerve to shake his hand after like he gave him a challenge and flashed the Rari and baddie in front of him. Had Falcon looking for his hug and the brother couldn't even get a high five. And it didn't stop there because Cap gets sent to the Titanic to go stop some pirates. He up at least 10,000 feet in the air when he tells them warm up his dinner and hops out the jet with no parachute. Then he hops out of the water onto the boat and starts the squad wipe. Out of everyone, I feel the most bad for this man because he's dead. Cap did not have to kick him this hard. He got kicked so hard into the steel boat rail that the force carried him over and now he's fish food. Even if he could swim, Cap turned him into Joe Swanson right before he got launched over the ship. Then he proceeds to squad wipe his friends and send them to the afterlife to go be with him. And I won't lie, some of them got off a little light. Like, this man just gonna get a few sharks and pneumonia, but no big deal. But homie really got a whole shank through his hand for trying to snitch. And this had to be personal because after Cap throws this knife with more precision than Steph Curry, he kicks the shit out of that man. And if that was bad enough, watch this. They're dead. And even if they're not, Cap just gave them permanent brain damage. They really came on this mission thinking it would be easy and left reading like Floyd Mayweather. But I give props to this man though. He really had Cap's hands in the air like an inflatable waving R2 man. And it took Cap's ops saving him to get him out of this situation. And speaking of ops, before we get to the big one, let's talk about it. Who had it worse in a solo movie? Because Cap was enemies with everyone. Everyone! SHIELD, soldiers, computers, senators, that one nigga around the street that be selling the hot dogs, turtles. My man was fighting everyone. Out here fighting whole battalions like he Madara Uchiha. And look at how cleanly he takes out this Quinjet. I know Hulk proud. The real Hulk, not this fraud they be having running around nowadays. Thanos must have had nicotine patches because he tapped that shit onto his knuckles and beat the smoke out of Hulk. Anywho, let's talk about this because this is the scene that made me stand up and salute Cap for the rest of the movie. So at this point, Cap found out that his boss is secretly Emperor Palpatine, and he's got to get out of HQ ASAP Rocky. But you already know how rich people work. Fuck being on level 4 or level 10. My man was on the 60th floor and he's trying to sneak his big ass out. Hops on the elevator and slowly one after another the task force comes in with weapons. Trying to keep small talk too. Looking hungry like wolves, just ready to create this Jujutsu Kaisen meme. And Cap says one of the coldest lines I have ever heard.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Shit is like music to my ears. And then he lays them bitches out. Like, look at him. Big for no reason. But he on floor 36 and he can't leave the elevator. So he jumps out the elevator and lands shield first on the ground? I've seen enough. Come get that him badge. What shocked me more than anything when I first saw this was Cap was going this crazy and we were only halfway through the movie. Now I gotta go over the other smoke demon in this movie, because from jump, shit don't feel right. And Nick Fury gets capped and Cap chases the shooter. Look at him run through walls. Now how the AC gonna keep me cool? Cap throws the shield just for homie to catch it with the arm? So he's a problem. And then the highway chase happens. And the Winter Soldier wastes 0 time pulling out the blade. Man said fuck a one-on-one. You wanna catch something, catch these bullets. Out here going through all the gun options a GTA character has. But Cap used his reverse card and said run the hand. But maybe he shouldn't have done that, because the Winter Soldier goes emo kid on him and pulls out a switchblade. And he is not playing around. The man out here throwing his knife in the air, punching and catching the knife to finish the combo. And look at him choke Cap like he a Tinder date. Made Cap bust out all reliable and he starts going to work. Combo, back kick. Finish it with a high knee. Then old reliable gets him in position and he exposes the face. And I won't lie, even though I already knew who it was because I read the comic story, I couldn't help but feel surprised the first time I was watching it. Shit was so good, I was shocked with everyone else. Like, bro, who are you fooling? You had the cheat codes. You saw the walkthrough. And the rest of the movie is just as crazy. Cap is out here fighting whole battalions, then gotta go up against the Winter Soldier again in a friend-enemy fight. Cap got shot more times than 50 Cent in that fight, but he pulls out the W and saves the world with damn near 0 help. And if I was him, I would have called for a vote to get Black Widow cut from the Avengers.
Bruh.
Because how am I fighting an entire army while you up in the pen suite playing mask off? Well, at least she eventually did something.